Are you good at chess? Or do you even know how to play chess? Well, this video, it's going to teach you how to play chess. So let's get right into it. Okay, so the first piece that I'm going to teach you is the pawn. From its starting square, it can move up two squares, or it can move up one square, as you can see there. You can also, well, after it moves from its starting square, it can only move up one square for after that. Now, pawns, they take diagonally, like that. So say that happened, you can take it like that. And now, there's something called an en passant. So say they go like this, you move up there, they move there, you can take like that behind them. Alright. Now, the second piece that we're going to talk about is the knight. It moves in an L-like shape, as you can see. And it takes like an L-like shape. The interesting thing about the knight is that it can move like on the opposite color that it's on. So as you can see, it's on a black tile square. It's going to move to a white tile square after that. Like that. And yeah. It's also really good for forks. A fork is when multiple pieces are in danger. So as you can see, I have this pawns in a fork, but it's not really a fork because it's like losing material if you take a pawn. Alright, now the third piece that I'm going to teach you is the bishop. It moves diagonally, and it takes diagonally like the pawn, but with the bishop it can move anywhere from its spot diagonally. So it can take that pawn from over here. It can move just anywhere diagonally. That's how it is. Now the next piece I'm going to show you is the rook. As you can see, it moves up, down, and left and right. So, see, up. If there's nothing there, then it could move down. And it takes like that. Up, down, left, right. Yeah. Now, the second to last piece that I'm going to teach you is the queen. The queen is basically like a bishop and a rook combined, as you can see. If we have a more open area, like, let's play that. Okay, so as you saw, the queen can move diagonally, like that, and it can also move horizontally and vertically. And it takes just like that. It can't go in these squares when it's like in this position. You can't really go like on the squares next to the diagonals unless it's like its starting squares. So it basically has a box around it where it can move. And then the last piece is the king, and he can only move one space at a time, any direction but one space at a time. Now check is when your king is in danger. Now this is check when the king's in danger, but it's not the game over because the king still has somewhere to move. You can take that, it can move to any of these spots besides that one and that one. The king can move anywhere except a spot that puts it in check, or unless it's checkmate. Checkmate is when the king has nowhere to move and it's game over. The person that checkmated the other person wins. Now what I'm going to teach you next is castling. You can castle multiple ways by so there's two ways to castle. So king side and queen side. King side is this is basically castling. King side is swapping the king and the rook, but you're not really like fully swapping them. the king moves 2 squares and the rook moves 2 squares, and they swap places. So as you can see, the king was just on the E and the rook was just on the H file. And then they swapped, king's on the G file, rook is on the F file. Black can also do this. Like that. Yeah. Now castling queen side is different. Now, whenever you castle, the king's always going to move 2 squares. I personally find that queen's castling is better because it plays more aggressively. So as you can see, king is on the E file, and rook is on the A file. You castle, and now king's on the C file, and this rook that was on the A file is now on the D file. Yeah, so whenever you castle, the king, it moves over 2 squares. So it would move there for queen side, and it would move there for king side. Now, a very simple trick that you can do is you basically win a free rook. Here, let me show you what Scholar's Mate is first. It basically takes that. So Scholar's Mate is this. It's a checkmate in 4 moves. We're just gonna pretend like, oh, they don't see this, yada yada, and then checkmate. That is called a Scholar's Mate. But normally, they would see this, and you go there, they go there. The reason you play E4, this pawn opening, is so that it frees your queen, so it can go over here. I kind of suck at arrows. And it also opens up your bishop. And when they push this pawn, you see how that pawn's right there? You take that with a check. Now, they're going to have to block. If they block with bishop, you take the rook. If they block with queen, you can decide to either trade queens, or you can still take the rook and get away without losing your piece. Now, a very simple opening that I believe it's the most popular opening. It's called the Italian. You go E4, they go E4. You bring out your knight. They protect theirs with the knight. You bring out your bishop. They bring out their knight. You push this pawn. I believe this is the way. And they do that. And then you see how you basically have all these, and now like you can castle now because there's nothing blocking you from castling. Now, say that there was something blocking you from castling. Now, as you can see, there's like a terrible opening because I played F3 or F4, F3, whatever. As you can see, you can't castle because this bishop is putting you in check. And really, if there was a white bishop attacking this square, then you still couldn't castle because it would be interfering with the rook. You physically cannot castle when that happened. Now, a thing that you really don't want to do as an opening is this, because that's the only pawn that's really protected by the king. And basically what that does, if you do that, then you do that, that's just checkmate. Okay, so you never want to do that. And yeah, I hope this video helped, and have a nice day. Make sure to subscribe. Bye.